Hi babes, and welcome back to my channel. I am Sinonazi April. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're returning, if you've been loyal and waiting for me to make a comeback, I want to say to you, welcome back, and thank you so much for sticking around. And for those of you who checked up on me to see what was happening, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. My God, I've missed saying that. Like, I have missed you guys so much. I have missed creating content, and this video is actually a life update, as you can see from the title, to tell you where I've been, what I've been doing, and why it is that I haven't been uploading any content. So without any further ado, let's get into this video. I hope you do enjoy it. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to share this video. I hope you do enjoy. Alright, so babes, let me start off by thanking everyone. As I'm recording this, we are like on 1,146 subscribers. And this is amazing because the channel has actually grown in my absence, and I would like to thank each and every one of you for your support. And even though I was not uploading, I think people were catching up with the videos that I already have uploaded, and I really appreciate happened in a month, because I have not been posting for about a month. But first of all, the reason that I have not been uploading, that I have been MIA, is because on the 2nd of September I got robbed. So they took my phone, and my phone is what I use to create content, and I shoot with my phone, I edit on my phone. So that now me being robbed actually hindered the creation process, right? Because a lot of people, especially those who follow me on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, they want to know what actually happened on the day, and I want to tell you guys that. So that's why I'm saying this video might end up being like 2 parts, but we'll see how that goes. But everything else that has happened in this month that I've been, MIA, then I will actually tell you at the end of the story time. So let's start with the story time, and I will tell you what happened on the 2nd of September. So, you know how we do when we tell story times. I want you to grab something to drink, something to nibble on, something to eat, and we're gonna get straight into it. So, for the story time, I have Is Bookies, my girl. It's what I have, and I've been craving this for the longest time. So, let me just open them, and I'll be having those as I am giving you the tea. Okay. So, on the 2nd of September, if you remember, I don't know, the weather on the 1st was terrible. Let's start there. So, on the 2nd of September, this happened around 2 p.m. actually. So, on that day, the weather was a bit cloudy, and you could see that it was going to rain like later on. But yeah, so I decided, but every time I go to do any shopping, I go around with my umbrella, because I don't know what's going to happen. So I take my umbrella, I go. So I was on my way to get utensils, baking utensils, and baking ingredients, right? So then I left, and as I was about to leave the house, it was a bit chilly. So then I decided, okay, let me just wear a coat over. Left, got to the store, bought my ingredients and, the utensils that I needed. As I walked out of the shop, right? So for those of you who know Utnik well, this happened like right in front of Goodyear. So I actually I was buying my stuff like in the shop, the baking shop opposite Goodyear, right? So I walk out, right? And as I walk out, like literally as I step out, it then starts to drizzle, right? Starts to drizzle. So I have quite a lot of stuff. So they gave me like those huge plastic bags. So I have that plastic bag over my shoulder, like my left shoulder. And on my right shoulder, I have a shopping bag. So when I go to like buy ingredients, I don't carry like a handbag. I carry a shopping bag that I'm going to put all my stuff in. So I have that on the side, and then I take out my umbrella because it starts drizzling. So I have my umbrella, and you know, I'm walking. So I look like on my left for like a taxi that's approaching or coming my way, and there's no taxi. So then I decide I'm just gonna walk like along the road, and then whatever taxi comes, it will pick me up as I'm walking to the terminus. Now I'm walking to the terminus. Then as I walk out of this shop, something tells me that take your phone out of your bag and put it in your pocket. I don't question it. It's just an instinct, you know. I just do that. I don't look at my phone. I don't look at the time or anything. I just put it in my pocket. So I'm walking. I walk, and I see three guys approaching. Two colored and one closer. So they approach. At this point, I'm chilled because the previous week I was there with my brother, and I saw a lot of people. Other people were going to work, to VW, to Goodyear. Others were going to college, all right, Midlands College. So I thought it was quite a busy road because it's like a main road, and I didn't see anything. So I'm walking, and then two colored guys excuse me. So the colored guys actually cross right on the side that I'm on, and then there's one. So now this one, which is the closer guy, he is playing, you know, that thing of, I'm not sure if I want to cross as yet. He's like, you know, bumping, and you know, he's, I don't know, like he's walking, dancing, I don't know what he's doing. So he's undecided. But clearly, now that that happened, I know they had discussed what was going to happen. So fine. Something tells me cross the other way because they are on my side, right? Cross over now. I cross over, and now I decide, let me not walk on the pavement, rather walk like on the road. Because now I'm thinking, at least I'm closer to the cars. That's my thinking. So I'm walking, right? And the wind starts blowing now. So the wind blows the coat that I was wearing. So it's kind of covering my hand. So now underneath the coat, I'm trying to stop the cars, you know, like this. I'm stopping the cars. And at this point, I don't want them to see that I'm kind of starting to panic. So I walk, right? I'm trying to stop the cars. There are a lot of cars. No car is stopping because that's not a bus stop. So nobody stops there. So I'm walking, right? And then it starts pouring. And I take off my spectacles, and then I put them here because now it's a bit misty and like I can't see properly. So I continue walking, right? So when you walk there, it's like that building, right? And then the building ends here, and then there's like a field, like a railway, you know. And on this side, the houses are further away. So I walk, right? And something tells me, turn around. And as I turn around, the third guy who was kind of playing, he wants to cross, he doesn't want to cross, is right behind me, right? So at this point, it starts pouring. Like, it starts pouring. The rain for me was like out of nowhere. It starts pouring, and now I'm trying to close the umbrella because I'm thinking now something is about to go down. So I close the umbrella, and he says to me, no, my sister, don't do this. And I'm kind of like, what? And he's like, no, not all of us are robbers. Like, calm down, right? And I tell him, no, I'm actually looking for my headscarf, like my duke. Because now the wind is blowing, like there's no use of this umbrella anymore, and I'm thinking it's gonna get in the way of whatever's about to happen. So he says, can you please give me 10 rand? So ekasi, or in the township, my brother taught me, like, if a dodgy guy asks for money, you give it to them, because you don't know, you might be buying your safety or something. Like, you are ensuring that he's not going to do anything to you by giving the money without any hesitation. So on my way there, taxi is 12 rand, right? So I gave the taxi collector 22 rand, and he gave me 10 rand back. So I have 10 rand in my left pocket, and my left pocket is like a sanitizer. And I got 11 rand back of change from the shop. So I have 21 rand. So it's 5 rands, a rand, and a 10 rand note. I reach into my pocket, I take out the 10 rand note, and I give it to him without any hesitation. And he's like, okay, thank you. Then he puts it in his pocket, right? And then he asks me, he's like, no, I'll actually walk with you because it's not safe here. So I'm thinking, okay, I gave him 10 rand, so I'm safe. He asks me, so what are you doing here alone at this time? And in my mind, I'm thinking, it's 2 p.m. What do you mean at this time? And this is a busy road, supposedly. So I tell him I just came back from the shop, because so he smooth talked me, because he was making conversation and I was responding. So he asks me that, so what are you doing here alone at this time, because this road is not safe? And I tell him I just came back to buy these things that I was carrying, and he offers to carry them. He's like, let me help you. So he helps me, and at this point I'm putting on my duke. Sis is making sure that the duke looks, she still wants to look cute in this whole situation that's about to go down. Obviously I didn't know that was gonna go down. So I am putting on my duke as if I'm in front of a mirror. I push it back to make sure, you know, sis is still looking good, right? So he walks with me. So all this time that he's making conversation, Ninja was actually alert. He was looking like at all the cars that were approaching. So he actually saw that there's one car that was approaching, and he was trying to now distract me. And as soon as the car passed, he reached into my pocket, took the phone, looked at the phone, and then gave me back my packet, the thingies that I gave to him. And he's like, take in. And at this point I'm like, he just took my phone. And then now I am panicking, because in the shopping bag that I'm carrying, in my wallet, I have my ID, I have my bank card, I have about 600 rand in there. So I'm thinking he took the phone, he's probably gonna come back for the bag. So I quickly run back now towards the cars, and then out of nowhere there's a lot of cars, and the rain just stopped. Guys, this sounds like a movie. It actually happened. Like, you know, when they say something, when something is meant to happen, it will happen. And at that point I'm thinking it was supposed to happen, because even if there were people around, that it rained so hard that I would also run and try and, you know, hide under something. So at this point I am panicking, because I am thinking there are two guys who are standing further away watching to see what's about to go down. Like, am I gonna fight or not? So I try to stop the cars, no car is stopping. I try to stop the cars, no. And like at this point everything is on the floor. I dropped everything, because now I'm like, I need to run, but run to where? Like, where to? I try to stop, and now I'm left with only one option. That option is to run and stand in the middle of the road. And I'm like, God, if I get hit by a car, I get hit by a car, but I don't want to be stabbed. I'm thinking I'm going to be raped, at this point, because, the state of our country and what has been happening to women lately. So all of those emotions, all of those thoughts come into mind. So the taxi stops, but nobody opens the door. I try to knock, that he's robbing me. Nobody opens the door. And I'm like, what the fudge is happening? And then I go over to the passenger side and I'm like, I'm getting robbed. And the taxi driver then is like, yo, she's getting robbed. Open the door. They open the door. At this point, there are two guys inside the taxi. And I'm thinking, Ninja is standing on the other side and he keeps on saying, nothing is going to happen. Even if you stop the taxi, nothing is going to happen. At this point, I'm thinking clearly he's carrying something, either a gun or he's carrying a knife. Because how are you that confident? Like, there's a whole taxi full of people that just stopped for me. And I'm thinking, oh, shame, they're going to help me. They did not. So they open the car, they open the taxi, and I tell them what's happening. I'm like, guys, I'm getting robbed. There are two gentlemen. I look at them. At this point, adrenaline is pumping. Like, I want to fight. I want to get my phone back. Don't even know how to fight, mind you. So I tell them, and I'm like looking at them, ninjas, help the sis out. One, doesn't he put on his earphones? Like, he pushes them as if, baby girl, you're making noise. Like, you're disturbing my peace type of vibe. And then I look at the other one like, Ninja, gonna help the sis out? Like, I need your help. He's literally standing across the road. Did not even run. He's waiting. Literally waiting to see what's about to go down. And nothing. They did absolutely nothing. Yo, my daughter. Oh, Hashem. Let's not even get into that. So they close the door and the taxi moves. And doesn't this other one ask me, what were you doing there anyway? And I'm like right now? You're gonna ask me that right now? Right in this situation where you didn't even help me? Ninja, please. So at this point I'm crying. I start bawling. I am crying. And it's shock, first of all. I've never been robbed. It's my first time being robbed. I'm thinking, I literally went to town to get these things because I had like 3 cakes to bake the next day. How am I going to get a hold of these people? These people paid full prices for their cakes. How am I going to get a hold of them? I'm thinking, oh my God, how am I going to get a hold of my customers? How am I going to do business? I am stressed. On the other hand, these are kind of tears of joy because I survived. They did not hit me. They did not stab me. They did not rape me. I'm thinking of all the worst things that could have happened to me. And at this point, like inside, I'm saying, thank you, Jesus, for saving my life. It's just a phone. Although it's like my whole life, but I am thankful that I am still safe, right? So the taxi goes to the terminus. I get to the terminus, right? And the first thought that comes to mind, get into a taxi, go back home, okay? And then I do that. As I'm about to sit down, I'm thinking, sis, nobody's gonna buy the story. Not that I'm making it up, but I mean, people paid you money to make cakes, Nobody's gonna hear that because they gave you money. Like, yes, you lost your phone, but I want my cake. So I'm thinking, no, sis, get out of this taxi. Go to where you were supposed to go. Buy the ingredients that you were supposed to buy. So I get out and I see my neighbor, right? My neighbor and his father, they drive taxis. So I go to my neighbor, tell him what happened, and then I start to cry again. Sis is crying. I'm crying. And then I tell him, and he does not come with any solution. And I'm thinking, the reason I'm telling him is because I'm thinking these guys are still there. They're probably spending this 10 rand now. They are maybe buying, I don't know what, but they're still there because there's like a shop like a distance away from there. They still haven't not sold the phone. Like, my phone is still there. We can still get it. And then he asks me, so what are you going to do? And I'm thinking, that's what I'm talking to you, so that you can help me. But okay. So then he only offers to take the things that I bought from the baking shop and to drop them at home. So I tell him, don't tell my parents what happened, okay? Just drop the stuff and then leave. Okay, and then I go now. I need to go and get the stuff from Pick n Pay. I woke up, and as I'm walking up, I start crying again. I mean, sis is bawling. And I have my mask up to here. And in my mind, I'm thinking nobody can see me because it's like a silent cry. My tears are just running down my face. Tears are just running down. And at this point, my spectacles, they broke. So I couldn't even put them on. Anyway, that was not going to help the situation because you can see through them. My eyes are red and I can feel that my eyes are swollen. So I go into fantasy. And then I see somebody that I went to school with. I quickly turned around because she's going to ask me what's up. I'm going to have to tell her and I'm going to start crying. So I walk, like power walk, because I'm trying to avoid people. I get into Pick n Pay, right? By the time I get to Pick n Pay, it's as if I'm a zombie. I don't know what is what. I have a book in my bag. I have a list of things that I'm supposed to buy, but that thought did not cross my mind. Like, reach into your bag, get the book, look at it, take one. I'm just literally standing in front of the fridge. I knew that I wanted cream cheese, right? Standing in front of the fridge, I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know what I want. And I start crying again. Oh, sis can cry. Sis can cry, hey? I'm crying. I'm start shaking at this point. I'm crying, but I'm trying to, to hide it because I don't want anybody coming up to me and asking me. So I get cream cheese. That's the only thing I bought. I knew I needed some other stuff, but I couldn't remember. I try and fix myself because it's kind of like a long walk to the till. At this point, I walk. I think I'm like about the 10th person like in the line. And I'm standing there. I keep on looking up. When you're looking up, trying to, you want the tears to go back in your eye, but the tears like, I want to fall. I want to go down your cheek. And then I'm like, at this point, it's like, that kind of, because I've been crying for the longest time. And somebody sees me, one of the people who work there, and she came to me to ask me, why? Who upset you? Like, what happened? And I tell her what happened. She's like, after you're finished here, I advise that you get into a taxi and go back home because you're not going to be fine throughout this whole day. You're not going to be fine. And then I go, get into a taxi. In the taxi, I'm fine. I decide, okay, let me take like a small nap because I feel like it's going to help me forget just for a little bit because I'll be like dozed off. At this point, I had a terrible headache. I am fine throughout the journey from from town to where I stay. Now, I am trying to fix myself because I know I'm going to fall apart the minute I see my parents and my brother. I get into the house. My mom, first thing she notices is my eyes. Why are your eyes so red? I say to her, Ma, I've been robbed. Yo, she lost it. You know how mothers are. She starts saying, oh my God, oh Somandla, oh Ngosano Fefe, oh Chikona Madinga. She starts, And then my dad was sitting in the lounge, and then he comes to now, what's happening? And then I tell him, oh, and then he, has his hands like on his head, like, Jesus, oh my God. Then my brother comes, and then now it's like all of us. And I tell my brother lost it. And he's like, why didn't you wait for me? I could have gone with you. And I'm like, thank God you didn't go with me, because you were probably going to fight. And something worse could have happened. So I'm glad you didn't go with me. And then I slept it off. I slept, woke up the next day, baked people's cakes, and yeah, it was tough. I won't lie. For about a week, it was tough, and there was no business. Basically, business was non-existent, and it was very tough because, you know, whatever money that I make from baking is my bread and butter. Like, I use it around the house, you know. I pay the bills with that money. So it was tough, and but I decided to sit with myself, you know. I was like, sis, you need to move. You need to pick yourself up, and you need to move. You know, you can't be feeling sorry for yourself and be crying all the time. It's not going to bring back your phone. Okay, so I had that pep talk with myself, and I decided, okay, you need to get a new phone. So I worked my butt off. And I think I was baking every single day. I made those cake slices and made about, I think that within like a few days, I made like 1.5, and I put that aside. By the end of the week, I already made like money to buy a new phone. And then I went and bought a new phone, the one that I'm using to shoot right now. So that happened. And yeah, basic Holly, that is what happened to me. Okay, we are like on like 27 minutes now. I think I'm gonna sneak in other things because it's not a lot that happened, you know. Then, as if that's not bad enough, that I got robbed. Now that I got robbed, I received wow, my first PR package. And I actually collaborated with the Duke on Fleek brand, and it was a campaign with Score. Couldn't even share that with you guys. Oh my god. But it was so exciting, and I had to create content for them. So I asked around, borrowed people's phones. You know how people are. People got tired of that, but I borrowed my uncle's phone, and I'd shoot when he gave me the phone. And then other than that, what else has been happening? Oh, since then, sis got a ring light. So that's why sis be glowing like this. So sis got a ring light. And also, I have been approached by an American brand to be their brand ambassador. I'm still gonna share more of the details with you guys, but I got approached. And then what else happened? That, and then sis started dating. That's another thing that happened since I've been away. I'm back in the dating scene again, and I'm not gonna say much about it, but what I'd like to say is, to the ladies, Bandase, respond to your DMs. That's what I want to say. Respond to the DMs, because they are genuine nice guys over there. You know, ask me. I know. So, and to the guys, be brave, man, Bandase. Be brave. Shoot your shot. Shoot your shot, babes. You'll never know, because here I am living my best life. That's all I have to say about it. And then so that's basically it. That's what has been happening, and my baking business has been doing exceptionally well. Like, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, and I would like to take this opportunity and thank each and everyone who has supported me. Thanks to people who have simply shared my cakes. You know, when I post on social media, you pressing the share button has helped me tremendously, because that's how I get my clients. And just people, man, yo guys, it's so overwhelming, you know, especially on Facebook. That's where I get my clients. When somebody asks, guys, I'm looking for somebody who bakes cakes, and like the first 10 people recommend me, and I scroll down and I look at these people and I'm like, I don't know some of them, but the way they speak about my cakes, I'm like, Jesus, you are the real deal though. So that has been happening. Yeah, so basically that is what has been happening. But I'm back. I am back, and I want to now post twice a week. So that's what I've decided on. So regular content. So what I want to do, right? So story times, skincare routines, hair content, fashion, yeah, motivation, storyvations, all of that. I'm gonna post that on Wednesday, right? So I need you guys to tell me down on the comment section when I should post now the other content. So now I am thinking of splitting that, the cooking and the baking, and have that on one day. Have a set day for that, because I want to start sharing some baking tips with you guys. Then if I do happen to cook something, then I'll also post it on that day. So this includes, on the top of my head right now, is how to make chocolate ganache, how to make cream cheese, how to make buttercream, you know, how to even like piping, because I feel like my piping skills have improved and I can share like some of the tips that I have acquired. So how to pipe what you call it, a cupcake, how to decorate a cake, how to do a chocolate drip, you know, all of that. It's gonna be short videos. It's just gonna be straight to the point. I will not chow your data. So you guys now need to tell me down in the comment section when you'd like that content up, because in my mind I'm thinking I'd like to post that, so that if somebody wants to make whatever I shared there, they still have time to go get ingredients. And you know, obviously I want it to be like over the weekend. So tell me, if should I post it on Friday, Saturday, on Sunday? That is now baking content. So yeah, so I am excited. I have so much content, you know, guys. Like, sis is gonna be vlogging, because sis is gonna be going places. Yes. So next week I'm posting a vlog. I just wanted to get this out of the way so that you know what was happening. And then yeah, so please let me know down in the comment section when you'd like me to post the baking content. So I'm posting twice a week, and yeah, thank you so much, guys, for watching, and thank you for sticking around. And sis is back, you know, fire. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, and don't forget to share this video, and please, pretty please, if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe, and I will see you again in my next video, babes. Thank you for watching.